Outside the mountain range, countless gazes were fixed on the terrifying battles erupting within, and the standoff between Xiao and the red-haired elder. The fearsome methods Xiao had displayed earlier had left them all in shock. Rewind to roughly 10 minutes ago. In the skies above, Xiao and figures like the Yin Patriarch stood suspended in midair, facing Zhigu, the Xun'er Hall master, along with 3 elders of Xun'er Hall, a red-haired elder from the ancient royal court, and the leader of the 8 Kings region, the Heavenly King Hall master. The disparity in forces was obvious. On Xiao side, apart from himself as an Earth Supreme expert, the strongest among his allies was only the Yin Patriarch, who had barely reached the pseudo-Earth Supreme level. In contrast, Zhigu's side boasted 3 Earth Supreme experts. To outsiders, the outcome seemed predetermined. Yet, Xiao response was resolute. Then let Xun'er Hall vanish from this world. Boom. As Xiao voice fell, a terrifying aura surged from within him, vast and unstoppable like the tides of the heavens. The Yin Patriarch and the others also unleashed all their power. Even the weakest among them was an 8th grade Supreme, and as their combined energy spread, the entire Uinda mountain range trembled violently. I'll return those words to you. Today, you'll be buried in this mountain range. Zhigu's cold gaze locked onto Xiao as an aura no weaker than his erupted. Meanwhile, the red-haired elder's eyes flared with the glow of 4-colored flames, emanating a fearsome energy. At the same time, the 3 elders of Xun'er Hall pushed their power to its peak. The battlefield was instantly set ablaze with a world-shattering intensity. The powerful individuals who had initially gathered tens of miles away retreated a further 100 miles, considering the area within 10,000 miles of the battlefield to be a zone of extreme danger. However, the focus of most onlookers was not the larger battle, but Xiao himself. If the Yin Patriarch and the others could barely hold off the Heavenly King Hall Master and the 3 Xun'er Hall Elders, Xiao would face 2 genuine Earth Supreme superpowers alone. 2 against 1? The odds seemed overwhelmingly against him. Just as the world worried for Xiao plight, he raised his hands. As his fingers moved rapidly to form seals, the spiritual energy of the heavens began to boil. A deep voice echoed across the battlefield. 9,000 purifying lotus avatars. Boom. As the low voice spread, countless eyes widened as they witnessed brilliant flames roar from Xiao body. The dazzling flames spiraled around him, splitting into 26 palm-sized, multicolored fire feathers. These feathers were formed by extracting 1/10 of the essence from the 26 heavenly flames he had refined. Buzz. The 26 fiery feathers circled Xiao once before suddenly veering towards a void 1,000 meters away. They collided, unleashing an earth-shattering roar as a towering pillar of fire burst forth. Within the fire column, a figure began to emerge. What is that? No way. Countless shocked gazes fixed on the figure slowly materializing within the massive fire pillar. What stunned them most was that this figure looked exactly like Xiao and radiated an aura nearly equal to his. It was a clone of Xiao. In the Great Thousand Worlds, aside from Supreme Dharmakayas, another technique coveted by Supreme-level experts was the Supreme Clone. The minimum requirement for cultivating a Supreme Clone was reaching the 5th grade Supreme level. Supreme Clones came in 3 tiers, forming a clone with 50% of the original strength, minor mastery, 70%, major mastery, and over 80%, perfection. In the past, the Boundless Patriarch had relied on sacrificing a major mastery Supreme Clone to escape Lin Dong's Azure Dragon Skybreaking Seal. However, Supreme Clones were rarely favored by Earth Supreme or Heavenly Supreme experts because, despite reaching perfection, such clones lack the ability to execute the most powerful Supreme techniques, such as the Supreme Dharmakaya. Additionally, damage to a Supreme Clone would inflict over half the injury on the main body. Even if you can create a clone with the same strength as your true self. So what? Zhigu sneered as he stared at the figure not far from him, identical to Xiao. While he did acknowledge Xiao's formidable power, he still dismissed it with a cold laugh. Without the ability to unleash a Supreme Dharmakaya, the strength of a Supreme Clone would be significantly reduced, merely offering others an opportunity to severely injure Xiao Yin. Is that so? How about this? Xiao Yin responded with a faint smile, tugging at the corner of his mouth. What followed, however, completely overturned everyone's understanding. Boom! Torrential flames erupted from Xiao Yan's body, sweeping across tens of thousands of miles and transforming the area into a sea of fire. His eyes narrowed slightly as a deep voice resonated from within him. Emperor Flame Body. Boom! The trembling earth intensified as massive cracks resembling vast chasms spread across the ground. From deep within the earth, molten lava surged and roared, transforming into towering magma pillars thousands of feet high. To everyone's astonishment, the hundreds of magma pillars split into two directions. In midair, Zhigu's group and the Yin Patriarch's party froze in disbelief. Dozens of the towering magma pillars enveloped Xiao Yin, while an equal number surrounded the clone standing 1,000 feet away. At that moment, Xiao Yin and his clone began expanding rapidly. In less than 10 breaths, two colossal figures, each thousands of feet tall, appeared before everyone's eyes. Both magma-formed giants were Emperor Flame Bodies. Xiao Yin had unleashed two supreme Dharmakayas. How is this possible? A supreme clone, capable of forming a supreme Dharmakaya? The Yin Patriarch and his group stared at Xiao Yin in sheer shock, their expressions akin to witnessing a monster. The ability to manifest two supreme Dharmakayas was already beyond their comprehension, let alone enabling a supreme clone to do so. Such a feat was utterly unimaginable. On Zhigu's side, everyone, including the Heavenly King Palace Master, was equally stunned. The various techniques Xiao Yin had displayed in such a short time had shattered their understanding. Who exactly was this young man? Xiao Yin, in his Emperor Flame Body form, radiated dazzling flames from his eyes. The so-called clone earlier wasn't an ordinary supreme clone. Instead, it was a creation born from decades of refinement following the Twin Emperors' battle on the continent of Doqi. Combining his long-unused 3,000 lightning illusions with the extraordinary abilities of the purifying Lotus Demon Flame's illusionary realm and the fire puppet refinement technique, he had devised an unparalleled method of cloning. This was the 9,000 purifying Lotus avatars. Ordinary clones, like typical supreme clones, could not summon a supreme Dharmakaya. However, after Xiao Yin ascended to Earth Supreme, he uncovered secrets from the Heavenly Alchemist's refinement techniques. Using these, he extracted a fragment of his divine soul, refined it, and repaired his fragmented soul with advanced methods. By creating a second divine soul, Xiao Yin achieved a second, autonomous version of himself. When fused with the 9,000 purifying Lotus avatars, the result was a clone capable of summoning a supreme Dharmakaya, far surpassing the 3,000 lightning illusions. All of this had been prepared during the days when Xiao Yin, parting from Kailin and the ancestor of the ancient heavenly serpent, was en route to this very battlefield. How about now? Xiao Yan's flame-lit eyes locked onto Zhigu's group. Their plans to gang up on him had been thoroughly dismantled. Humph! Zhigu snorted coldly. I must admit, your methods are impressive. But even so, you will die here today. You're quite confident, Xiao Yin said, his tone icy as he slowly raised his head. His gaze sharpened, and in an instant, the ground beneath the Emperor Flame Body's colossal feet collapsed, and the gigantic figure charged toward Zhigu's group. At the same time, Xiao Yan's voice echoed to the Yin Patriarch and his allies behind him. I'll handle the two Earth Supremes. The rest are yours. Boom. As Xiao Yin advanced, the clone's supreme Dharmakaya followed suit, grinning as it unleashed its destructive might, charging with earth-shattering power. Xiao Yan's voice, tinged with anger and murderous intent, reverberated across the heavens. Attack! The Yin Patriarch and his allies exchanged glances and nodded. Who will fall? It's hard to say. Across from them, Zhigu and his group coldly remarked as they watched Xiao Yin and his avatar, along with the advancing Yin Patriarch and his allies. In the next instant, Zhigu and his companions unleashed an aura as thunderous as the heavens, enveloping the entire space. Boom! The earth trembled violently, the sky dimmed, and thunder roared. echoing through the mountain range as a sea of flames surged. The atmosphere of the heavens and earth finally erupted. A colossal figure of magma, tens of thousands of feet high, charged forward with unparalleled destructive power, shaking the ground beneath its might. Let me show you who won't make it out alive. Zhigu's icy gaze locked onto the two towering figures ahead in the Yin-Yang Patriarchs group. He took a step forward, and an immense surge of spiritual energy rose to the heavens, forming a vast dark blue vortex in the sky. From its center, a dark blue figure descended, instantly lowering the temperature of the entire area. The figure was a massive, headless body thousands of feet tall. Where the head should have been, there was an enormous, jagged ice crystal nearly 1,000 feet wide. Within it, a dark blue cylindrical core about 10 feet in size could be faintly seen. This cylindrical core was the sole source of power for this supreme Dharmakaya. The icy figure wielded an enormous ice staff, exuding the majesty of an emperor of ice descended from the heavens. That's the heavenly ice body, ranked 41st among the 99 supreme Dharmakayas. It's the heavenly ice body. Legend has it that the crystal ice on its form is heavenly ice, ranked 49th on the extreme cold heavenly rankings, capable of freezing even space in an instant. The surrounding heavens and earth erupted in murmurs at the sight of Zhigu's supreme Dharmakaya. In the Great Thousand Worlds, flames had the 100 million flames ranking, spirit beasts the 10,000 beasts record, thunder the Great Thousand Heavenly Thunder Codex, and among the myriad types of ice, there was the extreme cold heavenly rankings. When Xiao Yin first arrived in the Great Thousand Worlds, he had sparred with Luo Jutian on the western Dao continent, where Luo Jutian had used the heavenly phoenix ice, ranked 89th on the extreme cold heavenly rankings. However, the ice Zhigu wielded now was leagues beyond Luo Jutian's heavenly phoenix ice. Boom! On one side, blazing magma roared, causing the air to boil and space to distort. On the other, icy energy froze space solid, creating a volatile clash that destabilized the entire area before the two forces even met. Zhigu's figure appeared atop the crystalline ice of the heavenly ice body. His gaze fixed on Xiao Yan's emperor flame body, he raised his hand, and the ice staff wielded by the heavenly ice body pointed at the emperor flame body. Let me test how strong a so-called genius from a lower dimension can truly be. Zhigu sneered coldly at Xiao Yan. But just as the heavenly ice body staff was about to strike Xiao Yan's emperor flame body, a massive magma figure suddenly intercepted Zhigu's path. It was Xiao Yan's avatar, forged from the 9,000 purifying lotus avatars. You dare use an avatar to stop me? You're courting death. Zhigu's fury surged as he saw the magma avatar block him. He had intended to deal with Xiao Yan's true form and let the red-haired elder handle the avatar. Xiao Yan's move was a blatant insult to Zhigu. In truth, Xiao Yan truly did not take Zhigu seriously. Heavenly Ice Divine Staff. The heavenly ice body raised its colossal ice staff and smashed it down toward Xiao Yan's avatar. The strike held enough power to severely injure a half-step Earth Supreme like the Yin-Yang Patriarch. Yet as the staff descended, Xiao Yan's avatar slammed its palm into the ground. From below, the sea of flames gathered into an enormous flame ruler and struck back at the heavenly ice body. Heavenly Fire Eternal Ruler. Boom. The two devastating attacks collided, their energies rippling outward and shaking the heavens. Even Zhigu's expression changed, for he realized that Xiao Yan's avatar possessed strength that rivaled his own. While Zhigu was occupied with the avatar, Xiao Yan's true form intercepted the red-haired elder. The towering emperor flame body, thousands of feet tall, stood before the elder, whose size seemed insignificant by comparison, like an ant before a mountain. Yet in terms of aura, the two were evenly matched. The blood within Xiao Yan's body boiled at this moment. Since reaching the Earth's supreme stage, he had not yet tested his strength against a foe of higher rank. However, Xiao Yan was fully aware that as his power grew, his ability to overcome opponents of greater strength gradually diminished. Back on the continent of Do-Chi, the Do-Di realm was the pinnacle of cultivation due to resource and dimensional limitations. Even as a Do-Di, he only managed to gain a slight advantage over Hun Tiendi during their battle, ultimately relying on burning his Do-Di body to seal him. But here in the Great Thousand Worlds, such shackles no longer existed. Xiao Yin personally blocked the red-haired elder, while his clone held off Shigu. Meanwhile, the three elders of Xinling Hall and the Heavenly King's Palace Master were firmly intercepted by the Yinyang Patriarch and others. Now, he could finally let loose and fight without restraint. "You're called Xiao Yin, right?" The red-haired elder looked at Xiao Yin with a faint smile. "I've encountered over 100 lower-dimensional cultivators who broke through their shackles, but reaching your level, I've heard of it, yet never seen it." "Well, now you have," Xiao Yin replied calmly. "Indeed," the red-haired elder said, his tone light. "I've heard there are quite a few like you among the 7 lower-dimension alliances, but I'm not interested in seeking them out." His eyes, harboring the 4 mystic flames, flickered as his voice echoed in Xiao Yan's ears. "Surrender. You're no match for me." The elder continued, "I admit you have some skill, but you're still too young." The red-haired elder referred to the terrifying power of Xiao Yan's earlier attack, the heavenly patterned flame, which posed a deadly threat to Shigu and compelled his intervention. However, in his eyes, such a technique was far from sufficient to harm him significantly. Hearing the faint scorn in the elder's words, Xiao Yin remained impassive, unsurprised. From the moment he stepped out of the Xiao family's gates, ascended Yunlan Mountain, fought the Soul Clan in Central Plains, reached Dodi, and entered the Great Thousand Worlds, countless had underestimated his strength. The eventual outcome for these individuals was paying a steep price for their disdain. This time would be no exception. Xiao Yin had survived countless life and death crises, something the red-haired elder could neither comprehend nor appreciate. "You all seem quite confident you can take me down," Xiao Yin said indifferently. "Do you think I'm underestimating you?" The elder chuckled. Suddenly, a terrifying surge of spiritual energy rippled outward, so intense it caused the surrounding space to collapse by tens of meters. His voice resonated with unyielding authority. "I never underestimate my opponents. Even if you're no match for me, I'll give my all to crush you." Boom. As his words fell, a brilliant light of azure, white, black, and vermilion burst from his eyes. Around him, the space began to tremble violently. A scorching force capable of melting even space itself seeped through, revealing faintly visible colossal figures hidden within the void. With a resounding crash, under countless gazes, the space shattered, revealing 4 towering beasts, each 1,000 meters tall. These creatures were engulfed in flames of different colors, exuding a fearsome fiery energy that ranked within the top 60 of the 100 million flames ranking. The azure flame burned on the azure dragon, white flames engulfed the white tiger, black flames enshrouded the black tortoise, and vermilion flames consumed the vermilion bird. The onlookers, discerning experts among them, immediately recognized these as the 4 mystic exotic beasts, entities entirely condensed from the power of heaven and earth flames. These flames were no ordinary fires, but ranked highly on the 100 million flames ranking. Ranked 47th, 4 mystic divine flames. Xiao Yan's gaze sharpened. He had already sensed the wave of fiery energy from the red-haired elder, a force no less formidable than the fireworks once wielded by Yin Yao, one of the 12 holy sons of the ancient heaven-reaching Python clan. Xiao Yin understood that the elder possessed a flame capable of ranking within the top 50 of the 100 million flames ranking. "This is a heavenly flame I subdued 100 years ago in the depths of the southern region of the Great Thousand Worlds while I was still a 9th grade supreme," the red-haired elder stated, standing above the 4 mystic beasts with his hands behind his back. "With its help, I advanced to Earth Supreme within just 10 years. Looking down at Xiao Yin, he continued, "You also carry many flames, but compared to my 4 mystic divine flames, the gap is undeniable." Hearing this, Xiao Yin merely grinned. As Xiao Yan's words fell, a tremendous emperor flame body erupted with roaring flames, each resembling a fire dragon. 26 fire dragons surged forth, each capable of ranking among the top 300 on the 100 million flames ranking. The most formidable among them could even make it into the top 100, and none of these flames were ordinary. Even the red-haired elder's expression shifted. He had never seen anyone command so many heavenly flames. While some could refine hundreds or even thousands of flames through special means, Such flames rarely made it into the top 1,000 of the 100 million flames ranking. The 100 million flames ranking cataloged over 12,000 notable flames from the lower dimension, the Great Thousand Worlds, and the extraterritorial worlds. Beyond the top 3,000, flames were not individually ranked, as those flames could only intimidate cultivators below the heaven-merging stage. Flames ranking above 2,000 could threaten heaven-merging stage experts. Those above 1,000 could threaten heaven transformation stage experts. The top 500 could intimidate heaven-reaching stage cultivators, and those above 300 could challenge 3 minor tribulations experts. Flames within the top 150 could pose a threat to supremes, while the top 50 flames could unsettle Earth supremes. The top 10 were potent enough to terrify even heavenly supremes. Boom! The 26 fire dragons roared and began to merge around the Emperor Flame body. The terrifying aura intensified as they fused, and the resulting flame power was strong enough to enter the top 100 of the 100 million flames ranking. Whoosh! The Nether Lotus Demon Flame transformed into a pink fire lotus and joined the fusion. The flame's aura surged explosively. The void-swallowing flame followed suit, and when the final 4 heavenly flames merged, the aura erupted fully. Even the red-haired elder was momentarily stunned as the flame dragon coalescing above the Emperor Flame body rivaled his 4 mystic divine flames in strength. Impossible! Completely disparate flame powers can't possibly merge. The once calm red-haired elder now gazed at Xiao Yin with incredulous eyes. He could not fathom how Xiao Yin achieved such a feat. It's not over yet. A colossal, multicolored flame dragon ascended to the heavens as Xiao Yin spoke in a low voice. Then, a gray flame rose from the Emperor Flame body, exuding a melting, pervasive energy that made the red-haired elder's heart tremble. That's Smokefire, ranked 43rd on the list. Roar! The ascending gray smokefire engulfed the flame dragon in the sky, rapidly merging with it. The scorching waves distorted space for thousands of miles. What followed was an earth-shattering explosion. Boom! The immense flame dragon could no longer withstand the overwhelming power and detonated. The terrifying shockwaves rippled across tens of thousands of feet in the sky, leaving countless onlookers in awe. After several moments, the fiery tempest subsided. What emerged in the aftermath was a radiant rune shimmering with multicolored light. The rune, no larger than a palm, was simple in structure, a ring encircling a primitive flame engraving. Despite lacking an overwhelming aura of destruction, its radiance exuded a mystical brilliance that left no doubt among the experts present. This flame rune could rival the top 45 flames on the 100 million flames ranking, surpassing even the red-haired elder's 4 mystic divine flames. The red-haired elder was now filled with shock. The appearance of Smokefire rattled him, for he knew from rumors that it was currently under the control of a holy sun from the ancient heaven-reaching Python clan. How could Xiao Yin possess it? Unbeknownst to him, the smokefire displayed by Xiao Yin was not the original but a derivative flame. It had been condensed when Xiao Yin ascended to Earth Supreme by absorbing the smokefire sea unleashed by Yin Yao. The multicolored rune descended slowly from the sky, hovering before the Emperor Flame body. It then imprinted itself on the Emperor Flame body's forehead. At the same time, Xiao Yan's cold voice resonated across the battlefield. It wasn't enough before, but now,